Let me tell you about Alex, 33, a software engineer who'd been dating his girlfriend for 2 years. For 8 months, one sentence kept looping in his head every time they got intimate. If I can't make her squirt, I'm not enough. He'd tried porn techniques, watched G-spot hacks, even bought a toy he didn't understand and pretended he did. Nothing worked, not once. And the worst part? His girlfriend wasn't demanding anything. He was. But then, one night, she said something that exposed the real problem. "Babe, why do you look stressed like you're taking an exam?" And that single moment revealed what most men miss about squirting and what actually makes a relationship feel safe enough for her body to let go. I'm Dr. Mary Edwards, and I work with men and couples dealing with performance anxiety, bedroom pressure, and mismatched expectations inside a relationship. And what I'm about to show you contradicts the internet's favorite narrative, because squirting is not a skill issue. It's usually a safety plus arousal plus physiology issue, and the pressure to make it happen can actually shut it down. By the end of this video, you'll know what squirting really is and what it's not, why chasing it can backfire in your relationship, the 6-step protocol that increases her comfort, arousal, and letting go, and most importantly, how to tell in 60 seconds whether this goal is helping your relationship or quietly damaging it. And at the 10-minute mark, I'll give you the one test I use that instantly reveals whether you're building desire or building pressure. Now let me take you back to Alex. B-roll, couple sitting on a couch, distance between them, both quiet. Alex looked successful on paper. Good job, clean apartment, fit, funny, but inside his chest, a constant fear. What if she compares me to someone else? What if I disappoint her? This started after one late-night conversation. They were scrolling online, and a video came up. One of those clips where squirting is framed like the ultimate proof of pleasure. She laughed awkwardly and said, "People really do that?" She wasn't even asking for it, but Omar's brain translated it into a threat. From that night on, sex wasn't connection, it was a mission. He'd wake up at 3 a.m., phone glowing, searching. How to make her squirt fast. Best technique. Why she can't. And when they tried, he'd go quiet, tense, hyper-focused, like he was watching a scoreboard. He told me, "Doc, I'm doing everything, and I still feel like I'm failing." Then his voice dropped. "I don't want her to think my love is average." Now here's what his previous advice sources told him. Standard internet nonsense. Try harder. Be more aggressive. Do it longer. Do it exactly like this. But that didn't work, because her body wasn't the problem. His pressure was. So I asked him one question that changed everything. In your relationship, does she feel like she's being explored or evaluated? He went silent, because he knew the answer. And then came the discovery, what everyone missed. Omar wasn't trying to give pleasure. He was trying to get proof. Proof that he was enough. Proof that she wouldn't leave. Proof that he won the moment. And that energy, no matter how loving your intention is, can make a partner feel subtly unsafe. Now here's what was really going on inside her body. Here's what most people miss about squirting. They think it's a performance trophy. But physiologically, it's often a release event that happens during high arousal, sometimes with orgasm, sometimes without, and it varies widely person to person. Research has found that what people call squirting is commonly a larger volume of fluid expelled from the urethra, and studies suggest it often contains components consistent with diluted urine, with possible contribution from paraurethral glands in some cases. It's not dirty, it's not fake, and it's not a requirement for pleasure. Another important point, the Skene's glands, sometimes called paraurethral glands, exist near the urethra and are associated with secretions in some women. And psychologically, recent sex health discussions note many women report mixed emotions around squirting, pleasure for some, but also fear or shame, largely driven by misinformation and porn expectations. Now, here's the mechanism in simple terms. Think of arousal like a volume knob and safety like the power switch. You can twist the knob all you want, but if the power switch is off because she feels pressure, being watched, being judged, her body stays guarded. In many couples, the moment the man starts going for squirting, her nervous system hears, "I'm being tested." That creates tension, and tension is the enemy of release. So the real secret isn't a trick, it's a relationship skill. Create conditions where her body feels free to let go. And now I'll give you the exact protocol without turning your bedroom into a lab. Step 1. The pressure detox. Tonight. Most men try to earn squirting, but pressure is the fastest way to shut it down, especially in a relationship where she cares what you think. What to do? Before anything physical, say one sentence. No goals tonight. I'm here to learn what feels good for you. Then ask, do you even want to explore that, or do you feel like you should? Why it works. It removes the performance frame and turns intimacy back into collaboration. How to do it. 2 minutes. Ask permission to explore. Agree on a stop word or simple signal. Pause. Confirm. You can change your mind anytime. What you should notice, her breathing gets slower, her shoulders drop, she becomes more expressive. Common mistake. Saying the words but still acting like you're hunting for an outcome. If your eyes keep checking her face like a scoreboard, she'll feel it. Step 2. The map don't march method, week 1. What to do? Replace doing a routine with asking better questions. Use 3 prompts. More of that, less of that, or different. Do you want slow or intense? Do you want me to lead or follow? Why it works. Arousal is highly individual. A strong relationship adapts instead of assuming. How to do it. After any change, pause for 3 seconds and ask one prompt. What you should feel, notice, more trust, more playful feedback, less guessing, common mistake, talking too much like a robot, keep it warm, simple, confident. Step 3. The relaxation trigger, the 90-second reset. Now this next part is crucial. A lot of women describe the build towards squirting as feeling like they might pee. That sensation can create a mental break, especially if she's worried about mess or being judged. What to do? Run a 90-second reset. 3 slow breaths together, exhale longer than inhale, then ask, do you feel safe enough to let go? Why it works. Longer exhales signal the nervous system to shift out of stress mode. How to do it. Count it out quietly. Inhale 4 seconds, exhale 6 to 8 seconds, repeat 5 times. What you should notice, her body softens. Less trying, more melting. Common mistake, rushing because you're excited. Don't speed up when it starts getting good. That's exactly when tension returns. Step 4. The environment setup. Remove the fear layer. This step surprises most men because it has nothing to do with technique. What to do? Create a zero shame setup. Towel, blanket on the bed, easy access to wipes. A simple line, mess is fine, we're adults. Why it works? If she's worried about sheets, smell, embarrassment, or you reacting, her body won't release. How to do it? Do it before intimacy, quietly, confidently, like it's normal. What you should notice, she stops holding back. Common mistake, acting dramatic about it. If you make it a big deal, you make it a big deal. Step 5. The permission loop. Turn feedback into fuel. Hold on, because this is where great relationships separate from average ones. What to do? When she reacts positively, any sigh, arch, pause, grip, say, "That reaction tells me I'm close to what you like. Want more or softer?" Why it works. You turn her signals into guidance, not pressure. How to do it. Every 60-90 seconds, check in with one sentence, then commit to her answer for 30 seconds. What you should notice, she becomes more vocal and honest. Common mistake. Asking, then ignoring her answer because you saw a technique online. Step 6. The aftercare anchor. Lock in trust. If you want her body to open more over time, this matters. What to do. After intimacy, ask, what part felt best? What would you want more of next time? Anything you didn't like? Why it works. This builds a feedback culture inside the relationship where her pleasure is safe to discuss. How to do it. Keep it light, not interrogative. 2 minutes. What you should notice. Next time, arousal builds faster. Shame decreases. Common mistake, rolling over and scrolling your phone. That trains her body that vulnerability isn't held. So what happened with Alex? 2 weeks after starting this protocol, he reported stronger confidence because he stopped chasing proof. She became more expressive because she felt less evaluated. Their intimacy became playful again, the kind of relationship energy that creates real heat. And here's the pattern interrupt. In week 3, Alex slipped. He got excited, started watching for results, and she suddenly went quiet. He told me, "I thought I ruined it." But he fixed it in 48 hours by returning to step 1 and saying, "I felt myself chasing an outcome. I don't want that for us." That single sentence rebuilt trust. Now, will it work exactly the same for you? It depends on variables like her comfort with bodily fluids, past shame or fear, pelvic floor tension, and whether your relationship feels emotionally safe. And if you try this for 3 to 4 weeks and she feels more pleasure but no squirting, that doesn't mean failure. It means your relationship is improving where it actually counts. If there's pain, persistent anxiety, or urinary symptoms, that's a sign to speak with a qualified clinician for individualized guidance. Let me break down the key takeaways. Old approach. Squirting is proof I'm good. I need the right trick. If it doesn't happen, I failed. New approach. Build safety first, because safety powers arousal. Make feedback normal in your relationship. Remove shame, remove pressure, remove fear. Measure success by connection, not a result. Remember this phrase, connection creates release. Now some of you are thinking, okay, but I still want to help her experience it. Here's the thing, when it happens naturally, it's usually a byproduct of the right conditions, not the target. The men who get the best outcomes, they start tonight, by removing pressure and improving the relationship environment. The men who don't, they keep chasing a performance moment. Which one will you be? If you want the full protocol written out step by step, I've created a free guide called the Pressure-Free Pleasure Protocol. Link is in the description. Use it to build confidence, communication, and trust inside your relationship without awkwardness. I've also linked a related video you should watch next. How to stop performance anxiety in bed without pills. Watch that next if you feel your mind racing during intimacy. And comment below with this question. I read everyone. What's the number one thing that makes you feel pressure in your relationship? Expectations, comparison, or fear of disappointing her? If this video helped you see what you've been missing, hit subscribe so you don't miss future relationship protocols that actually work in real life. I'm Dr. Mary Edwards, and I'll see you in the next one.